recording. Oh, there are many Vandis. There's a truck behind me and a bus in front of me. I have to get out of here. Side stand, huh? Okay. Yeah, I shot a video yesterday, but me being the idiot that I am, I had the digital zoom on the camera set to 2 times instead of 1, so you couldn't see anything. It was all very zoomed in. Anyway, oh shit. Alright. What is he doing? I've got a friend who wants to buy a bike soon, and that's exciting. Even if it's not for us, it's cool, right? Because you get to take them to the showrooms and go for test drives. You get to teach them a lot of things and explain a lot of things about something that you enjoy and have a passion for, and that's always fun. I've gone maybe 3 or 4 times, 3 or 4 days with this guy to test drive a bunch of bikes. We first went to Triumph and then KTM, and what else? I guess TVS as well on that same day. There's a bit of sand on the road there. It was funny. We went to Triumph and we test drove the 400X. He dropped it twice, which I mean is fine. Like it's not like a very easy bike to ride, so especially for beginners. This guy has no experience riding bikes. He has that was a friend. What's she doing here? I should blur her face. Okay, anyway. Yeah, something like a Triumph. No, not just the 400X. I feel like it's common. Something that's common with all the Triumph 400s is that they're not keen on staying leaned over. What's happening here? My bike is very flickable. This KTM, this Duke. If you add lead angle, it's happy to lean over, and it's happy to stay there until you tell it to come back upright. It's very easy. But on a Triumph, those bikes, they tend to come back upright so soon, so quickly. Like they don't like leaning over. The tendency for them to bounce back up is so high. I felt that too, and I guess that's what made the ride a bit iffy for him as well, because I felt it too. When he was test driving the 400X, I was behind him on a 390S ADV, so I could tell the difference immediately when I switched from the KTM to the Triumph to the 400X, because the ADV was it was leaning over so easily, minimal effort. But with the Triumph, I had to. It took willpower to get the bike leaning and to hold it there. I don't know why. Maybe it's designed that way. Maybe it's because of the weight distribution. Maybe it's a bit more top heavy than. I think it is. I think they are more top. They tend to be more top heavy than the KTMs. And that just goes to tell you, bro, how the quality of these bikes, of KTMs. I know that the reputation that this brand has, especially in our country, in India, but you can't bro. The quality is insane. These bikes are built to an amazing standard. If only the roads here were that good. I saw a reel the other day critiquing potholes in I don't know where it was, somewhere in India, some city. and it said if cars have to be deemed roadworthy through various tests and stuff, shouldn't roads also be held car worthy with their own set of testing? I think that is true, especially here, bro. Fucking now KV Ganesh Kumar is coming. Oh, apparently he has 5,000 affairs. Funny. These people, man, I don't know what's going on. Fucking idiot. Anyway, he wants to, change the transportation sector, and he wants to overhaul how the testing system works for driver's licenses. And all of that is good. It's good initiatives, but what's the point, bro? Why are you making the people essentially suffer? For what? For roads like these? Makes no sense. There's no equal exchange, bro. Like, okay, you're trying to improve the system. Start with what you have direct control over. It's very easy to impose new rules and force people to follow them and fine them if they don't. Why would they follow these rules if the amenities that they have are the roads are all riddled with potholes, there's no proper lane marking? You can't expect people to uphold a level of some sort of standard if they're not getting the quality in services in return. There's a lot of debate about civic sense in India, and it's all valid, but the blame for that doesn't lie solely and entirely on the citizen. It's on the government as well. And enforcing that is not just through rules, laws, whatever, restrictions. No, it's also by enabling better behavior. When you have government service, people in the employ of the government, people, police officers or MVD officers, whoever, they don't give a shit about the rules. They park in no parking spots, they run red lights, they drive in the opposite side of the road. So why would the people care? Fix your house first and then talk about other people. Okay, anyway, I digress. Where did this start talking? Yeah, anyway, coming back to Triumph. No, not Triumph. That day. So, man, anyway, we test drove the 400X, which he managed to drop twice, and I saw it happen. It was very funny. So he was trying to do a U-turn. It wasn't like at speed. He was stopped. It was from 0 kilometers per hour, which is why it was funny, because he was in slow motion. To his credit, he tried his best to soften the fall, to save the bike from any damage. And then it happened again. But I didn't see the second one. I wasn't there, because I thought, okay, he fell once, he'll be fine now. He knows the gist, like he knows how to handle it. I took the U-turn on the 390, and then I was waiting for him, and he didn't show up. So I thought, damn, something happened. So when I went back, what I saw was the 400X is coming towards me. Someone's riding it, but it's not him. And then I spotted him behind, riding a scooter. Someone else's scooter. And then I understood, okay, he fell, some bystander came by to help him. And then we went back to the showroom. I let him ride the KTM back to the showroom. I rode the 400X and I understood the difference, bro. It's crazy. And then he went out on a speed 400, which is lighter, which is shorter. You would expect him to do better on that bike, right? Nope. He dropped that as well on the same corner, on the same U-turn, but only once this time. So I guess that's an improvement. I didn't get to say that though. It would have been funny. And then we rode the TVS Ronin. He also drove my friend's classic 350. He's not interested in anything like this, like what I'm riding. He doesn't like sport bikes, naked bikes. He wants something that is retro or retro classic or a neo retro, whatever they're called nowadays. So now he has his eyes set on the TVS Ronin, which is such a bike. Okay, I'm being a little too harsh on it. On the bike itself, see, the bike itself, I get it. It's a good package, you know, for city riding. I get it. It makes sense. It looks okay. Sounds nice. It's got the specs for city. Whatever. But TVS as a company is horrible. You cannot trust their vehicle. I mean, you can trust their vehicles to some degree in terms of reliability. It's nowhere as near as good as something like Yamaha. But let's say you have an issue with the bike. You cannot trust the Triumph service centers, bro. Like, they're so ass. That's the worst part about TVS, and it's not just a Trivandrum thing. I don't know if it's an India thing. I know it's definitely a Kerala thing. TVS service here is horrendous. You cannot. It is a deal breaker. That's how bad it is. You cannot trust it. You cannot rely on them. But his mind is set on it, bro, because it's, you know, it ticks all his requirements, all the boxes. That's how he's looking at it, because he's not like us, like most of the people who buy a first bike. They're probably more excited about it. You know, they've probably done their research over a long period of time. They probably enjoy riding motorcycles to that degree, to that extent, because, you know, we want to learn about it and we want to explore new techniques, whatever, learn about the bike itself. But he doesn't have that kind of passion. So that's another thing. He just needs something that can get him from point A to point B and gets good mileage, which is fine. It's respectable, but it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to see someone like a friend of yours, choose something so horrible. Why would you? But the XSR155 is so much better when you consider everything, in terms of service and so in terms of reliability. It looks better. It's a proven engine. It's been around for God knows how long. And his argument for not going for the XSR is that it doesn't have the initial torque that the TVS Ronin has, comparatively. Which, yeah, on paper, sure, but who the f gives a For his use case, you don't need to worry about it. He's only going to be using it in the city. So then, what? Who cares about initial torque? Who cares? Just get a bike. It's not like an opinion thing, bro. It's objectively better. And TVS is also somewhat frustrating in the sense that when you want to go test drive the bikes, they don't even have the bikes. The new RR 310, it wasn't there like 2 times when I went to test drive it. And then the RTX, I haven't been able to test drive it till late. They say that it's only available in Kochi. Why? Is it a premium bike? What do you mean? Why is it not here in Trivandrum? Makes no sense. We've actually not been able to test drive the XSR either yet, so we have to do that as well eventually, someday. We'll do it soon. We've got the XSR left. He wants to try out the Avenger and Meteor as well, 350. So Royal Enfield, Yamaha and Bajaj. I guess we'll do that tomorrow, probably. And while we're at it, I'll probably test drive the Himalayan as well. I've ridden the Gorilla 450. Crazy bike, bro. Second gear, it pulls, man. It's insane. Doesn't make sense. I've never ridden the Himalayan though. Back when me and my friends went to test drive the Himalayan, I didn't test drive it because I was scared because of how tall and heavy it was. But now I feel like I can handle it. At that time, I didn't even have my own bike. I was just riding my friends' bikes and learning that way. Now I feel like I'm more ചേച്ചി എടുത്തോണ്ട് പോകാൻ പറ്റും. I feel like I'm better equipped to. What is this? Is that Tiger? Anyway, we're gonna go tomorrow, probably, and test drive the rest of the bikes on the list. And a few months from now, he'll book something. I would forgive a XSR Ronin. I don't know, bro. So sad. The thing is, he rode the KTM ADV 390S that day, and he liked it. And the only reason he doesn't want to get it is because of the KTM. The reason he doesn't like this, the KTM Duke, he thinks he calls it a Karnape only, which is fine, okay, fair. And I get why many people may not like the design of Naked Street Fighter, especially the Gen 3. But of an adventure, he thinks X-Pulse is Karnape. What? I don't know. He has his taste. Weird taste, but sure. That's it. I think this will be. I'll try to keep this a series. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll call it. We'll give it some name, and I'll make this episode 1. Yeah, and then I'll see. Hopefully, I post this. Hopefully, there's nothing wrong with this footage. Yeah. What the fuck? Life is lifing, bro. Open road. That was nice. Okay, I'm gonna end it here, I guess. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Wow. Gen 2 390. Cool.